Hey, it's NoFap Day 14, and today's gonna be a little bit different. Why? It's because I want to confess a few things and perhaps provide some solutions to some of the problems I've always had. So first of all, I'm just gonna talk straight from here, my heart. No, it's off the top of my head. So one of the things is that I've never really felt normal as a person. I've always struggled to make new friends, and all the friends that I have are extremely close to me. I think it's a classic trait of an introvert. But it's because I let very few people into my world. There's no medium. For me, there's not really a shallow acquaintance or relationship. I have a few, but it's very bullshit. I have these shallow acquaintances mostly because these people are very outgoing themselves and they say hi to everyone. But with most people in the population that don't take the initiative, I'm very passive with them, and we don't have any sort of connection. So the only people I'm actually friends with usually are pretty outgoing people, and they're really talkative, and they usually have lower egos, so they can actually talk to me, because maybe I'm kind of in person I'm kind of held back, so they may think that if they talk to me, they might not get a good response. So a lot of these people don't talk to me, but people with lower egos, they talk to me, and I've really felt grateful for that over the years. But it still doesn't solve the problem as to why I'm not connecting with most people. Yet I see everyone else connecting with everyone else, just like a big happy family. And it kind of boggles my mind. And I thought about it. Do a thought experiment. I did a thought experiment, and I always do this now, but it's very useful. So what are your assumptions? My assumptions were that perhaps I looked a bit different, and it's not true because I'm just normal looking. So that's not true. Perhaps because I'm an engineer? No, it's not true either. There's plenty of cool engineering guys that I see partying around, right? There are quite a few. Maybe it's my physical, stature, whatever. That's even more bullshit. I see plenty of short guys, tall guys, people of all shapes and sizes making friends. That's not true at all. So what does it all come down to? It comes down to the conversation. And I believe that I'm not talking enough. And it's because I'm afraid to fail. It all comes down to fear of failure. And that leads to another big epiphany that I sort of had today. I read a few months ago, I think it was New Year's, on cracked.com. And he said that people do not care about what you know, but what you can do. What you can do exactly, what results can you bring, what fruits can you harvest. And right now, this might sort of click with you a little bit. Of course, right? But I saw the implications of it, this past week. I might think I'm good at badminton. I watch a lot of badminton. I watch a lot of professional badminton. But when I play a game, even if it's a casual recreational game, I cannot win points at will. I cannot deliver the results. I am not good. I cannot deliver. I cannot achieve anything. And that is the crux of it. I cannot deliver results. I might know, some aspects of, say, the psychology that goes on with seduction and all that. Maybe the major principles, maybe how to be polarizing, being outcome dependent. But can I put it into practice? No, I can't. Because my brain is not used to me doing these things. And as a result, it doesn't mean shit that I know these things. It doesn't mean shit. I cannot deliver. And just like on a similar parallel analogy, there are tons of musicians out there. But the only ones that are big are the ones that hustled, got the connections, be it lucky or not. They got the connections, and now they're famous because they mind-fucked a lot of people. That's what Frank Yang said. You have to mind-fuck a lot of people in order to become, famous. And if you can't deliver results like that, if you can't change a lot of people's perceptions and polarize a lot of people, if you can't appear in front of a lot of people, then you're just nothing. Then you're just another underground person that no one knows about. And if you want to make a dent, if you want to be more known and be more impactful, then you have to take those extra steps, a lot of steps, in order to be known. Do you know what I mean? Some shit is really distracting. Okay, anyways. That was one thing, and I don't think my delivery of this, my conveying of this is good enough to really trigger that thought in you, but it really makes sense. There's nothing more important than being able to deliver. If you have performance anxiety, if you have all these stressed out like thoughts and all these bad thought patterns and anxiety and all that, then you need to get rid of them by practicing more and failing more. That is what exactly you need to do. I have a friend, and he's very closed up. He thinks to himself all the time, but inside his own little bubble, he thinks that he's smart, he's intellectual, he knows he can think to a deeper level than other people. That's great for his own amusement, but to the outside world, that means nothing. That doesn't mean shit. And unfortunately, you cannot thrive purely on your thoughts alone. When the world does not respond to you, when reality does not respond to you, when you can't get a job, when you're unemployed, when people don't think you're good, it shits on your reality, and your thoughts can only be so powerful. And which is why it's no surprise that this guy does not reach out. This guy does not talk to people. This guy prejudges everyone. He thinks people are not interesting, not worth meeting. This guy or that guy is maybe a bit more interesting, but he still doesn't connect with them. He's afraid to fail. He always sees other people failing and as embarrassing, as a clown, and he's not willing to able to put himself out there. But you know what? Like after I heard some podcast by Simple Pickup, Kong said how he's been punched before. I mean, if I got punched before, I would probably feel like shit for like a few years. But to him, it's nothing. Because, I mean, he probably went through the ups and downs, but he realizes that it doesn't really matter. In order to be successful, you gotta polarize people. That's something that a lot of people talk about in the game community. You have to polarize people. You have to be very polarizing. And you have to expect people to hate you and love you. If people don't hate you, they're not going to love you. You're just gonna be the forgettable person that everyone else will forget. Okay? And the chances of you getting killed or punched in the face are extremely low. I mean, looking at the facts, looking at the statistics are probably extremely low. But still, are you willing to put yourself out there at the time? At that time. Which is why maybe meditation is so important. It gets you out of your head. It attaches you to your bodily sensations. Okay, so enough of that bullshit. Few other quick realizations that I thought were really good. I went to the gym, and I was not happy about it. But at the end of it, I realized I only used up 1 hour. That 1 hour would have gone like this if I just watched, like, say, an episode of Suits, or like 2 episodes of Big Bang Theory, or like a few random badminton or Dragon Ball Z videos. They would have gone away just like that. And what's more sad is that I used to spend a lot of time revising my so-called philosophy, but I would never go out there. So that philosophy never gets into my head. Say I understand the philosophy, how important the philosophy of is, say, talking loud or looking at people in the eye. But I never put that into practice. That's why my brain does not consider that as important. And that's why I don't build up that habit. Or say, I think I need to do this and that when I talk to a girl. But I never practice with actually talking to an actual girl. Which is why it doesn't get into my head. And which is why every time I meet a girl, like say every 3 or 4 months, the same shit, the same bad old patterns and habits form again. And they take away success from me. And this is why, ironically, me talking about this right now isn't that useful either. But why is going to the gym useful? It's because if you want to be that guy that can mindfuck a lot of people, if you want to be that guy that can deliver results and share them with the world, then you've got to be someone who's self-actualized. What does this mean? You've got to be someone who sticks to his own values. And nothing perhaps is more stimulating than lifting a heavy bar, 100, 200, 300 pounds off your back, off your chest, off your shoulders. Nothing is more stimulating than that for your brain. Nothing is more spiking than that for your testosterone, perhaps. It's a feeling that you're alive, lifting a heavy weight off your back, off your chest. It's like your ancestors when they had to fight hard every day just to live. And that gives you the feeling that you're alive. That shows you you're alive. And that gives you the sensations, probably. I'm guessing that going to the gym gives you the proper sensations and feelings that you're alive. And it puts a very positive, sort of positive sort of start to how your day should begin every day. And that is the first step for you to actualize yourself. Because without that, then you will probably be stuck fighting your inner demons before you can share your values and share your knowledge and perform. If you can't even do that, if you don't even have your inner game, if you don't even have your inner demons vanquished, how are you supposed to appeal to the outside world, appeal to other people? If you're not confident, if you don't build up that confidence of having worked out, having a positive, healthy body, how are you supposed to appeal to other people and deliver, right? And that's a good, realization that I had today. Before going to the gym was like, looking good to the girls, getting big, so I can be intimidating, so I can look good. Why is looking good is mostly just a reinforcement, a feedback loop brought on by other people. You work out, you work hard, and people approve of how big your muscles are, and you feel good about it, and you live off of that. And maybe when you get to a better level, then you start realizing that you're working out just for the sake of yourself, that you feel good getting big. And you just keep doing that, right? But, carrying on, I think working out is a lifestyle. It's like your assertion of yourself. It's your ability to exert yourself, actualize yourself. And even a lot of sports might not even offer this. And to some extent, sports team could be team. It could vary on a lot of things. But I think going to the gym, training, working out, it's all you. It's all you versus yourself. As you lift up that bar, there's no excuses. If you got your headphones in, if you got your music on, it's not so much that your teammate fucked it up for you. There's no teammate. There's only you. And it trains you not to be selfish, but to be very, very self-dependent. And this is independent. Sorry. And this is very, very important. So, quick. Next realization. Why it's good to be nice to people. It's win-win. A lot of people, including myself when I was a teenager, I always felt like mean-mugging other people. I wanted to prove my alphaness over other people. But that's not win-win. That's not how we survive as a human race. If everyone is so selfish about themselves, how are we supposed to survive? And in the bigger picture, it's way better to appeal to other people, because most people, if you're nice to them, they'll be nice back to you and they'll give you something. But you're not nice to people just because they're nice to you. They'll be nice back to you. It's because it's in line with your core values. It's because being nice to people naturally probably makes you feel good. It releases probably like some good chemical. Dopamine? Serotonin? I'm sorry for sounding retarded. But I think we're all wired to be nice to other people. From the core, to help other people. That unselfishness, that, what was that word called? I forgot. Anyways, another realization, looking people in the eye. I always avoided looking people in the eye, but realize this. The worst that can happen from looking other people in the eye is that they'll stare back or they'll run over and punch you, and that's never happened to me. And if that happens to you, feel free to post a comment and I'll tell people to stop looking at people in the eye, because 0.01% you might get punched in the face. But look at people in the eye. If you look at girls, they'll probably smile, or they'll look away, or whatever. Or they'll smile and then you go talk to them. If you look at guys in the eye, then that's good too. They nod. You're just acknowledging each other. It's not so much a cock measuring fest or like a dig fight. It's just you acknowledging another human being. It's natural. Dogs, bears, animals, cats of all sorts, all animals, they look at each other because the eyes are the only path to the soul, to recognition. I'm just talking about my ass here. But it's the only way you can look at someone. It's the only way you can acknowledge someone and connect with someone. And if you don't look at people, you're missing out a lot. Maybe someone has, like a lot of people are afraid to like speak out. So they look at someone and expect them to look at them back and realize that they need to do something, like get help or whatever. But, you've really got to, look at people in the eye. And, last but not least, I mean, back to the whole internal validation, external validation thing. I hope this ends all the debates that I've ever had about it. But you have to stick to your own values and keep doing things that are in line with your own values, or else all else will fuck up. The external validation part comes naturally after your internal validation. When you can stick to, say, let's just use badminton or whatever sport as an example. When you can make yourself pumped, play good shots, not give up, fight back relentlessly, there's a big chance that you'll probably do well. And when you do well, people will naturally compliment you and say you're good. Or they won't say anything and whatever, it doesn't matter because you won. You internally validated yourself. And I don't want to use such a long word to prove such a simple concept. That you have to do what you set out to do. That you have to set out to do what is in line with your own values. Like, don't skip workouts. Whatever. There's a ton of them. You'll realize them by yourself. And I'm slowly realizing them myself as well. Yeah. So let's just say, off the top of my head, let's just say talking to a girl. Something I have a lot of trouble with. Stick to your inner principles. I'll stick to my inner principles and values by trying to properly engage eye contact, trying to make this person feel positive, and ask him or her ask her what her life is like. Ask her about her day. And instead of external validation, which is purely off, getting her to laugh at your jokes, then you realize you think you're good. That's not good. If you think a joke is funny, then you laugh yourself, right? You don't wait for someone else to laugh at your joke. So I think I realize I'm getting to circle jerky here, so I'm going to stop right here, and I'll leave some of my insights in the description below. Thank you.